All right. Welcome back, everyone. I streamed last night, and you know, stream kind of ended on a sour note. I was pretty tilted, so I wanted to run it back tonight. Playing a idea I got actually after the stream. Um, my apologies if I lost my composure a little bit last night, but I do think um Badger Mole Cub has opened my eyes in terms of like how I want what my vision of the deck it should be, and namely, and I headed towards that direction last night already. Namely, I want the turn one and turn two to be as consistent as possible. Namely, turn one on turn one dork, turn two. If my opponent does not um, answer the dork, have a two drop premium two drop in a threat into ideally double spelling that turn. So ideally something like white into safekeeper or white into cradle into artisan. Now yesterday I played the mole and it allows for more turn twos if uninterrupted. But my thinking is even if you double spell with mole on turn two, it itself is mana, but not really a payoff. Maybe that's the best word I can say. So I've recalibrated and essentially I went to from four moles last night to none in this list. Namely, I wanted to be lower to ground with Safekeeper, which is a virtual threat because if you stick one of your eight drops, one of your eight two drops, then this protects, right? So your opponent needs multiple removal spells to clear your threat. And the other thing is, I really wanted main deck endurance for and collector oof so that I can feel safe against combo game one. I don't think you can rely. It also helps for mapping purposes, but I don't think we can rely on trying to win back to back games against combo too often. Like I know we'll lose game one to oops, but I think we need to at least increase our chances and open up the sideboard by having the traditional hate main deck, namely endurance and collective. All right, I don't want to discuss that too much. Here are my socials, and then we'll just like get started. I reverse engineered the main deck by actually starting with my sideboard. Um, Korean 702. Sure. I want to fetch here first because um I want to thin the deck before the Once Upon a Time. Fiend Artisan, I guess, as my threat there. Just assume that I'm gonna fetch a basic here. All right, interesting. What is our opponent playing? We didn't see much. I gotta assume they're not on combo, but who knows? Uh, this makes it tough how we want to board. Um, in general, if you don't know what your opponent is on, like Thoughtseize is probably decent. Uh, their last registered list is Delver. Hmm. I almost want to say maybe just don't make major changes to go with this. see what happens. Okay. So the interesting thing is they didn't feel like they could beat a Wily Reliquary. I don't know if they just missed on red mana source or what, but I almost think like we just run it back and see what happens with the wasteland, obviously. I think this is a mole. A mole. Oh, we're getting like super punished here. Okay, I don't think we can go lower than that. Turn on planes, which is interesting. Back to basics. Oh, okay, sure, I guess. Looks like some kind of control deck or wizards. Our wastelands are gonna be blanked here. Sure. We go white here. Hey, Francisco, how's it going? We rolled a five this game too. I don't remember what our opening hands were, but they must have been pretty bad, if I recall. So they've had triple removal spells so far, which is why I'm glad I'm registering the safekeeper, right? As a general rule, like I said, uh, if you're not sure, Thoughtseize is like decent. The problem is like, I guess I could have played the Thoughtseizes over the endurance, like make that swap to stick the Wild Reliquary there. Maybe it's still okay. We'll see. Mm, they could have another Snapcaster. I feel like we almost want to main phase this. Hmm. A little bit punished. might be a priest. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. It's hard to say. I don't know like their numbers, but am I supposed to play around Snapcast or play around prismatic ending? Probably ending is correct in hindsight, but it's okay. This is a learning experience. The problem is like we don't know. I wish the game would have played out a few turns. Like we didn't know what our opponent was on. So like I guess in theory, if you don't know, it's probably better to keep in thoughtseize. Regardless, good practice, I guess. Interesting that they double block there. So two mistakes, I guess, so far. I feel like we lost already. Just like we don't have enough pressure. I would like to see more of their deck though. I don't know what they're on, like wizards presumably, but no problem. Anytime. Yeah, I should have taken my own advice and boarded in the Thoughtseize instead of the endurance. But their last deck was Is it Delver, so I thought, oh, maybe it's fine. But the big mistake was they're on Stoneblade. Interesting. But the bigger mistake was not playing around the prismatic ending and um trying to play around Snapcaster instead. Like to be honest, we didn't really know what they were on. I thought they were on like Wizards or something. So we're definitely gonna make that swap after this. We're probably dead to be honest. Our out here is just like natural order Atraxa. Getting that dressed out was nice though. We're probably still dead, but now a top deck natural order could potentially save us. They probably have force already, but that's neither here nor there. Very annoying that they conceded turn one. Otherwise, I think we can 2-0 them easily. But again, that's a different story. Not today. I'm gonna see how that goes. I mentioned that I prefaced that a little bit at the beginning of the stream, but we shall see. We're mostly dead, I think. I don't know if I want to show them Wasteland. Maybe. I, I think my plan is to show them Wasteland, have them fetch basics, and then I'm gonna board out Wasteland game 3. That's why I showed it to them. This is not a Wasteland matchup. I definitely did not expect this player to be on Stoneblade. I don't think I've ever played against them on Stoneblade. I've played against them a lot. They're usually on like some Green Sun pile that's like strictly worse than our deck. What's going on here? They drew the Batterskull normally. They had multiple dress down? Jeez. So interesting. Now I think we're just dead, right? Like we have to hit. Like the fairy answers the thing as well. The Atraxa. What are they killing here? We'll just concede. I don't think we're beating this. I want to say, if we're behind, I in the interest of chat, I'm just gonna concede like to save time. Let's get this out of here. Thoughtseize is good. Do I want Snuff out? I feel like the answer is no. But like Stoneforge is like pretty annoying to deal with. We saw a containment priest too, so that is like definitely pause. Maybe it's just we just deal with the Stoneforge with the Snuff out. I don't want to cut ball therapy and miss. That's like feels pretty bad. Yeah, I think so too. That's kind of where I'm leading. I don't know if I want 3, but YOLO. I don't think we're trying to deny them the Snapcaster. If they want to spend 3 mana, we'll just take the tempo advantage. Oh, awkward. So we get yeah. This is a mole. This is okay, but I think we gotta put the Thoughtseize back. Thoughtseize might not be live for a while. They're gonna. Oh, they're gonna do anything. Sure. It's gotta be a removal spell. Sucks that we have to mold the opening hand, but it's the problem I guess with multiple cradles. hitting this fail rate of this deck. I can I can never have a win on the first match just to start off on a good note anymore. Quite unfortunate. Okay, it's awkward. That would be one reason to play the Grist, but it's kind of now we're not in a great position. Probably gonna swords the so in safekeeper here. Oh, this is so awkward. The thing is, so the thing is, we don't expect to play against this deck, and we're gonna get punished for it. What I mean by that is, Stoneblade is not on our radar, and because Stoneblade and Containment Priest, I don't consider like major. I don't consider them major players in the metagame. That's why I one of the reasons why I omitted the Grist, but it could very much backfire here. Three natural orders, just oh my god, we are hitting the fail rate, and we already mulled. The thing is, like, I built the deck to minimize the mulligans too, and it's just very unfortunate. The first match, immediately we mulligan, or we mulligan and then we draw this kind of hand. Yeah, like if Gris was in our deck, we would have slammed the natural order already. But it is what it is. There's that. Nice. And they use one dress down already. Maybe they swords in response. Cradle, Once Upon a Time, and either Artisan or Wire the Reliquary. I think it's white. They have a swords. This is my opinion. It's why they kind of hesitated. They're debating whether the swords are tracks with the trigger on the stack. Interesting. Maybe they're gonna bounce Atraxa. Yeah, that's okay. Not hitting a Thoughtseize there was like quite annoying. We know the batter skull's in hand. So there's no need. Actually, in case we miss, let's just do it now. In case we draw only lands. That's why just main phase is there. Swords the artisan. I think that's probably fine. Battlefield doesn't. I guess it protects the Teferi here, but if we can stick a white, we're probably okay. The awkward thing is we drew 3 natural orders, like of all the time. Well, I guess in a league it doesn't matter. I could trade right now, but I think I'm gonna do this instead. I just have 2 Wild Reliquaries. You're gonna Swords the white, maybe? Jesus. Okay. That's fine, I guess. You got to be kidding me. Wow. It's a blind. Jesus Christ. The pierce into the. That's kind of crazy, but it is what it is. Jesus, man. You're glad I'm still exist? What do you mean? So they're gonna source a white. I think that's the last one, right? How many whites do I have left? Yeah, that is the last one. Jeez. All right. I ran pretty cold here, and we didn't get to play Magic game two because we didn't know what they were on. So it's kind of unfortunate. I just really hate or it discourages me a lot when we lose our opening match. But maybe we just gotta get over that. Our draws were pretty ice cold in this game, but it is what it is. Ouch. Like there was a couple of points where we were had double threat and they had double answer. It was like kind of rough, right? Like we had Atraxa plus white. They're holding removal, which we assume, right? Because they pause on the Atraxa trigger. They swords the white, and then they had the Teferi to bounce the Atraxa, and then our Atraxa also whiffed. So that was the other brutal part, right? We had a Thoughtseize there. Then that's a different story, right? We strip the removal, play a second threat, and we probably win that game, right? Because they have to answer presumably the Atraxa with the Teferi, but it is what it is. Okay, I think I'm just gonna stop the stream because we're playing against Nitfit. We're not gonna get any value out of this match here. Their blind therapy is gonna know what we're on to. Oh, I guess not. Maybe they don't know what we're on. But nevertheless, I'd rather not play this matchup. Great. Great, great, great. Green Sun, probably. We're gonna go Fiend into Tivar, which is kind of cool, I guess. Oh, they named the Tivar. Interesting. I wonder why. I guess they have no removal that can answer that. Maybe that's the reason. Okay, I gonna need to be careful there. Like they have some weird sweepers. Like this, I don't know, is a 5 drop or 6 drop, but we need to be a little bit careful here. I think I'm gonna green sun for safekeeper here. Actually, it doesn't matter here. I guess I don't have any more basics, unfortunately. So it's good we actually got the white online. Another veteran explorer probably. They're gonna sack it. They have this some weird sweeper. I played them the other day. It's like a 6 drop black creature or black and saga. It's knit fit. Like again, we're not gonna get any practice playing against this kind of deck, but which is why I contemplate just conceding because it's wasting our time. Who are they targeting? No one, I guess. What did they green some for one to ramp? They have some kind of craziness on the top end because why else would they get a veteran explorer? I don't know. Oh my god, they have some kind of nonsense. It's probably Emrakul or I don't know, man. I need to think about this. How it's like the, I don't know what I'm supposed to like get here. They have some kind of weird top end. I'm just trying to predict what it is. This might be the sweeper. It's a grist. Okay, I can live with that. Why did they green some for one? Then that doesn't make any sense. I assume they needed the mana, but maybe they just wanted to open outs to their. What do they have here? I don't think I care, right? Yeah, they can have that. So okay, we have an Atraxa now. That's pretty neat. If they had a sweeper, they for sure would have done it. I would assume. I don't know for sure. 4, 8. Fiend Artisan. Probably that. So the funny thing is, like, we can like sack the attracts and do it again with natural order. Maybe we do that. Pass. Maybe they're short on how much mana they need for Emrakul. I don't know what it is. Look it up. It feels like that's the last card in their hand. 13 mana. They have one card type. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me think. Actually, it doesn't do me any good, I think, here to attack with the endurance. Maybe it does. Yeah, maybe it does. Mm, okay. Hmm. That's obnoxious. Does that kill them? Let me see. It takes 10, 11, 11. So they're not dead, I guess. I'm like quickly losing interest in this stream. 'Presumably they have to trade all. Five. What is five? Oh, okay. I mean, I guess. Is that even enough? I feel like we just swing through that, right? Way longer than you need to. Actually, I had the pump too. What am I doing? Like, I forgot this is like with shuffle back into the deck. I wanted to make it hard on myself, I guess. Actually, Leyline of the Void is kind of interesting. It stops their therapy and it stops their veteran explorer. Question is like, what am I? Endurance seems bad. Wasteland is probably bad against them. They're all basics deck. Bog, probably not to be honest. I think the first endurance might be worth it, or the first like wasteland that they deal with some random land that they have. Oh, would have been perfect, but got them all. I want to see natural order in this matchup. I know they have opposition agent, but I don't think our deck can really play around it. Fun. Well, now I'm more happy that I kept natural order. Maybe I should have taken the Phenol Artisan because if they flashback therapy, they have to name natural order. So that's probably a mistake by me. If they just do nothing, I feel like they have opposition agent. Sure. This type of player plays. It definitely feels like they have it. Hmm. They didn't hit the dork, which is interesting. I think they have it though, for what it's worth. They love to play opposition agent. This player. Nope, they didn't do it. Oh my god, I got super punished. I guess that's why you go for the natural order there. That's on me though. Like at the end of the day, I probably should have read into it. Like they Assassin's Trophy the white, which suggests maybe they don't have the opposition agent, and then maybe I just slammed there because now I have to play around the other card that they have. This, yeah, that's my fault. I really don't want to play against this deck, or just non-meta decks in general. I don't. Yeah. It like ruins the joy for me. I can only wonder if I just played the natural order there, I probably would have won already. I don't think they have an answer. That should we just concede? I don't. I don't feel like trying to grind this game out. Yeah, let's just concede in the interest of time. I don't want to play through this. Do we want to change anything? Probably not. The end of the void is if we can, open with it is very good. We didn't keep. I think we want to ramp here. Rumble. Guess we just take this children. Interesting. They kept an awful hand. Actually, maybe I should have taken the rumble. In hindsight, I forgot it can flip therapy. Yeah, that was a mistake on my behalf, or not. Or that can happen, I guess. I'm gonna lose. Man, I'm gonna lose this. That's terrible. Fetch land? Probably not. Wasteland, I guess. F6. I'm losing interest. Sorry. This is quite obnoxious. Playing against this deck. Do I want the Leyline of the Void? Is the question. I feel like the answer is no, but I could be wrong. 6? What is 6? Oh, interesting. Well, I guess we lost. Jesus Christ. I'm just like defeated playing against this deck. Just God. I should have just conceded when we paired. Not gonna win against that. Like I said, I don't care if I win or lose. I just value my time. Maybe I should just conceded. Actually, let's do this. Let's drop. There's no point in continuing in O2. Because you're gonna play more brews, and I'd rather not be in that bracket. Hey, Francisco, how's it going? Sorry, I'm just very depressed right now. Just kids doing good. They try to reserve list. They don't. If there's no, it's not random. They try to pair you with the same record or somebody with the same wins minus loss. So, for instance, if you're 2-0, you might play against like a 3-1. It doesn't always work that way. Like if you've been in the queue a long time, the way I understand it is they accelerate that so that you get pairs sooner. But if they tried to pair you with somebody who's similar record, doesn't always work that way, but that's they attempt to at least. And I rather just not play against more like these kind of decks. I'm like on the verge of just like closing down the stream because what do we play? Stoneblade. Okay, that's reasonable. I guess I don't mind that losing. The only Nitfit player left in the world, and we pair against him. And like I said, just in I'm not practicing for an event or anything. I'm a very competitive person, and I want to help like people on my Discord prep for their events, especially since next year I'll probably have even less time. Like I want to play things that are on the cutting edge, if that makes sense. Like if I lose, I lose. That's not a big deal. It tilts me when I play against something that is fringe. My apologies. I didn't mean to like rattle off rant here, so to speak. I mean, I if I lose a jank, I lose a jank. I just rather not pair against it. Like even winning doesn't feel good for me. I rather just not pair into like brews, win or lose. What exacerbates the problem too is usually they're trying to figure out their deck, so there's usually a clock discrepancy. And that's the other thing that tilts me. So it's like two things in one. Get water. It's my fault though. Like I punted that game too by not going for it. I should have made the read that them killing the white means they probably don't have like obviously it's next level if they you know kill my white thinking like they could next level me. I guess if they kill my white thinking oh the coast is clear they I must not have agent if you know I must not have agent. They must have not have agent if they're scared of a white activation. Also, my hand there couldn't really play. Like in general, this deck doesn't really play around agent. So, I like some things about it. I wouldn't play it personally. It's a little too linear for my taste. I also think that version is like close to solved. So, from a deck building perspective, it doesn't interest me either. I think the safekeeper here is like pretty decent, maybe. Is that a dork? I like safekeeper because potentially I just curve out here. And it's like almost like a third threat. Oh, they turn tomb. Interesting. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I think what I'm gonna do here is play the Rite of the Reliquary, play the Safekeeper, and grow the white. Make the white bigger. Oh my god. Maybe it's just not my day. Depending on what my opponent does here, I may pitch the Artisan for mana, or I may pitch the Arbor. Well, that's good at least. Kind of obnoxious though. Could just get drained out here depending what they do. They have one, two, three, four virtual mana plus an eye. Doesn't look good. I think they're just casting that for mana. That's kind of gross. Jeez. They have a wasteland too. Not gonna be good for us. Might be dead. Jesus. So any sneeze and we're dead. They have no choice but to do that. We can't play around anything here. It is what it is. If they have it, they have it. Another waste. Around kind of that's kind of annoying. If they had a creature, they would have played it already. Um, I think we have to let that die. The question here is, do they run everything in? They did. All right. How do I want to do this? I think we have to kill the flesh breaker only because then we don't die to any like random thing later. It's too bad because we have to like Talon gates that away and just like stop the thought knot. But here now we don't die to like a top deck whatever. Wow, whew, we stole this game. Yeah, it is. Better looking than good. I can't take credit, to be honest. Like, I don't blame my opponent too for that all-out attack. I mean, it's not the worst decision. It's it's possibly the right decision to be honest. But we got lucky there. We have one bad card, collector. Maybe the Force of Vigor is like better than that. Yeah, I think with the spawn token, it just makes no sense there. Now, obviously, if they did held that back, I would have held back the Fiend Artisan so I can chump block if need be. But that made my decision easier. I don't know. I don't know why they did that, but I don't think that's why they lost. For what it's worth, I I think there's a good chance there. There's just not supposed to attack because they have me at one life, and then any top deck, I'm dead, right? So I think we keep just because it's a double natural order hand. So if they thought not us, like we can still cast natural order. So I think that's the logic at least. Um, I also think here this wasteland is potentially just devastating. Ooh, do we just like waste again? I feel like that's the call. I just don't let them ever get off the ground. I should have led with hierarch. That was a mistake. That's okay. It's possible they had a line breaker. That's why they led with this. Also possible here. I'm supposed to like not expose to double wasteland from the other side. What am I cutting here? Probably the birds of paradise. That was easy, I guess. Well, I'm happy we finally got one meta deck that we played against. I don't know. Uh, that would have been clutch. Although to be fair, we had a backup one, but yeah, I don't know what my opponent had, but I think their plan might have been like turn two Thought Knot Seer or turn two like Line Breaker. Um, that's the thing about Wasteland. I don't think it's a great card, but it tends to punish anybody who's sloppy with their sequencing. I don't know what's in their hands, so I can't really judge. But it seemed like the Wastelands there kind of held it back pretty bad. All right, our opponent is probably on like Reanimator, so decent metagame deck to play against, I guess. Four lands is like ouch though. Hmm. I almost wonder if I'm supposed to just take the white because I'm flooding out and just like turn one pass. So that way, if they thought sees me, I have a secondary threat. Ideally, I would have drawn another green card there, so I can cast white next turn and still have a pitch for endurance. Whew, that's kind of brutal. I like flooding out though. Might be a removal spell here. Oh, I think they have a dismember. I saw their life total like change here. Or snuff. Maybe they can't snuff out. I think they have a dismember. They know our hand. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, bitter triumph. Okay. Did they? They? I guess they just took 3 life. a decent draw. I think I'm gonna cut the fourth cradle. It's been very awkward to draw multiple with this configuration. Like I know it increased the power level of the deck, but it's like killing me every time here. Although to be fair, if I'm cutting it for another land, so maybe it doesn't matter there. But they put Atraxa into the yard. I think they play Anime Dead, and I think two. I think we need to answer it here. In case our opponent like top decks or something. Okay, there we go. We just board out the Natch Order package. We have Leyline the Void, which is nice. Um, do we care about that one creature? I would guess not. Our creatures typically outscale theirs. Thoughtseize might be pretty good in this matchup. Don't love Wasteland for what it's worth. I don't know if I want to go down a land. That's the only thing. Probably don't need this. I think I want to keep the land actually. I think the last cut is like either a Wasteland or I keep the top end finisher. Maybe I keep the top end finisher to deal with like a Bargoyf. I think we don't seize here. I think we just want to ramp and try to play around Wasteland here. Develop our mana safely. Sure, I don't want to waste that. That's fine. I think. Might not cast a Wild Reliquary because of that. Voidwalker is interesting. I think I take the days and like ignore their Voidwalker. It's annoying for sure. We can't. Well, do we just like run the artisan into days? No, then it grows this, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, let's take the days. You can have the Voidwalker. Oh, that's actually really good for us. They should avoid Walker first, actually, before casting the Wasteland here. So we know their last two cards. They made the mistake of question here is like, do we hold endurance? It's a little awkward here because I can't like do anything with this. Hmm. So at Green Sun right now, they can turn on their force. It in this kind of case, it would help to have a token generator. So this is where I miss the grist, or the what is it called? I think I want to keep that just in case. Actually, no, it's too mana intensive. We're gonna bash for a decent amount here. Ooh, this is awkward because this puts me to 6. That takes a whole turn off the clock, so I don't think I want to do that. Although it does clear the way for the endurance, but maybe that's not worth it. Yeah, I think we have to take the risk here. It's not great, but yeah, I think I just take that. We don't have an answer for the Voidwalker. That's very awkward. I think we get the layer here. I sequenced wrong there, but I guess it didn't matter. I'm supposed to not play the Hierarch first. I'm supposed to play the Once Upon a Time. There's a Bowmaster. That's kind of bad for us, and it is another reason not to play the Hierarch here. Ooh, they messed up. Cradle. Hmm. Maybe we get there. I don't know. They're double queuing, so like this game has an asterisk. They're probably not focused all the way. To be fair, we're gonna talent gates the Voidwalker here, and then if they don't have like a removal spell or hit a Bowmasters, then they lose. I think we should not have attack with the Bargoyf. That's the what. But again, they're multitasking, so take that for whatever it's worth. We just gotta fade. Well, that's not true. We gotta fade any removal spell here. Ugh, okay. Hmm. What gets me out of this? I don't think anything, to be honest, because I'm at exactly 3. The Oculus, ironically enough, like, costing that Thoughtseize might have cost me this game. We needed them not to hit another land there, because they go to 3 here. And, well, to be fair, they misplay too, so take that for whatever it's worth. We don't. Otherwise, we would probably have it, but it is what it is. To be fair, like I said, our opponent, we probably would have lost this anyways. Um, ugh, it's annoying to lose to a Void Walker. No, we're just concede. I think we had a turn one Thoughtseize, and what did we take? Did we take the Daze instead of the Void Walker? Maybe we just take the Void Walker so they don't have pressure. I gotta look back. Yeah, I think in hindsight, maybe we take the Void Walker. They don't have any pressure. We wanted to stick the Artisan, but I think that in hindsight might have been wrong. All right, good to know. I think it's fine. I kind of want one just to like recur a Talon Gaze or a Bog, but besides that, I don't think I've missed it. I think we want that though, and not the Wasteland. This top deck. Sorry, that was a mistake. I tried to get this in at the last moment. I wasn't able to. I think that was a mistake in hindsight. I think we had two drops already. I think we play around like getting mana screwed here. Like if they want to waste this, that's fine. Like I don't want them to force my turn one play and like waste me. Then suddenly we're tight on mana. Like Fiend Artist is very mana intensive. Oh, that's not good. The way it's playing out now I kind of wish I kept the second threat. I think I endurance here. Bargoyf. Yeah. Okay. We're not taking the threat there. Ooh, that's actually a really good draw. Nice. Okay, so that's stuck. Mm, sure. This is coming in clutch here. This thing is taking over the game. This is taking over the game. Actually, what am I doing? I needed a bash there. That was a mistake. I missed lethal, but it didn't matter. I missed lethal because this is a forced block, right? Like otherwise they're at -2. But yeah, I'm supposed to trade with this Bargorth there. Like didn't matter. Like this straight up took over the game. So I kind of like this against the Demir decks. Like I know it doesn't clean as nicely against Hoof, but this being a haymaker against Demir seems worth it to me. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom. I don't remember how our games against the Stoneblade player went, but yeah, Tivart impressed there. But yeah, I think I like the change I made. My opponent actually just called me a badger mole flub. I don't know if that's, but they also said they're kidding. So, ooh, why must this always happen to me? So I did this because I want to grow the wild reliquary. Our opponent's on a challenge there. I don't think we're gonna win game one because we drew the Atraxa there. It's kind of unfortunate, but we live with it. Okay, we're playing against Eldrazi. We're probably definitely not winning with this hand. Probably Thought Not Seer right now. Oh, interesting. This is something for sure. I'm just gonna pass. Now I kind of wish I had just taken the land, but kind of brutal. Might be a K command here. That's what it feels like. Make tokens plus draw. Yeah, I think we lost. We're pretty behind. Like not having the top end of Atraxa and um not hitting my third land drop to play through a chalice here is it's kind of game losing. It's possible I'm supposed to hedge against this wasteland deck by getting another land, but given that we already drew the Atraxa, I felt like we needed a secondary threat behind the Green Sun in case it either got answered with a Kozilek's command or a Thought Not Seer. So that was my logic, and then we just drew more blanks. So it is what it is. Now might be time to just pack it in. We're pretty behind. On the draw, help lose hurts too. Yeah, that's game now. Like we're not getting anywhere. So they would have drawn two, then another three. Yeah, we're just probably just dead. To be honest, I don't see myself coming back from this. Now, obviously, they could lose some life, but I just think it's not gonna work out in our favor. Do we want the collector with the force of vigor? Oof feels kind of slow, but they have ring. I don't know. I don't think the chalice is why we're losing most of the time. I just rather have the creature. Actually, they could flute. That would be a reason for force the first copy. Let me see some preliminary thoughts on our list. Uh, Main deck feels pretty good. I know we lost there, but like in general, I think I want endurance main. Maybe we don't need all four, but this is better. Actually, maybe that's not great. I haven't loved four Kratos for what it's worth. It's felt like a liability. Warping Whale. Okay. Saving the Misty Rainforest as a fetch land in case it's relevant. There's an argument to be made. Actually, I should just fetch another Bayou there, but I wanted to keep the flexibility. The punish here is that they waste me. I draw natural order. That would be the punish. There's the waste. Can't believe I'm saying this. The card that actually I have kind of wanted is the Surveil land, but basic swamp, like maybe okay in this list too. Beats back to basics. It beats like Blood Moon. Blue Moon's kind of down at the moment though. What's going on? Interesting. So they're gonna go after my mana. Do I care? I think I do. If you want to waste me, they can. Sure. You gotta be kidding me. This, Jesus. They might die to their own ring, so who knows? We have this snuff out they don't know about. In hindsight, maybe. In hindsight, maybe I was supposed to like play out that first game. Like I know they were actually they were at higher life. They probably would have killed me. Yeah, they were pretty low already. All right. The force of vigor. Did they put it? Yeah, they kept in chalice. I guess the force is probably more relevant than the collective. The cradle has felt kind of bad having four. I don't know if we need four in this kind of list. Maybe three is good enough. This hand is like could have been very good. Because as is, I think we need a maul. I play the birds because I want to be able to cast white in case I draw a Fiend Artisan or some two drop into Cradle next turn as well. It's not the end of the world if I don't, but that's the logic. It that Heralds is actually one of the worst cards they could play against us. Actually, that's not true. I think there's the mana reduction, right? I guess it's for only the big drops. Might be a line breaker here. Okay. They played for one, I'm assuming. Yeah. Oh, okay. So my opponent wonders why people don't play this Lord and play the Obligator instead. And I said I think it's probably because the Obligator is fun. I think a lot of people pick cards because they're fun, which fair. This is a game after all. So they have 2, 3, 4 mana. Something scary could be coming down the pipe here. We could win through one removal spell. Natural Order resolves. It's gonna be clutch. They could always bounce it, but in general, like Atrax is gonna win the game. Like presumably, whatever you draw off Atrax is gonna be pretty good. Ooh, that's sure. You still have 3 mana left over. It could be a line breaker. That would be pretty good. That would be like reason to play the secluded courtyard, right? For the color fixing. We haven't seen it. Maybe they haven't drawn it. If they don't interact with us right now, I think our line is probably gonna be natural order. No, white into natural order, and then have 1 mana floating. K command is truly well. That's not true. The problem is the amount of soul lands, which is I don't know how they're gonna fix that problem going forward, but it's gonna be a problem again. There's just too many soul lands now. Yeah, there it is. Don't tell me they have a second removal spell. Oh, okay, that's okay. I don't care about that. This is why I don't love Chalice against us. It doesn't affect the board, and we just typically want to just count to 4. And our removal is not on 1; it's on 4. Green Sun, Fiend, Cradle. I think we just snuff it out now. We don't want another random Kozilek's command to kill us. This is game 2 or game 3? This is game 3, I think. Yeah. All right, this is probably the last match. I'm getting tired. Yes and no. I yes in the sense that they can bounce that tracks with Battle Mage, but at the same time, sure. I don't think they're beating an Atraxa if we untap with Safekeeper. Well, there's the drawn Safekeeper. I think we have the other one left, I believe. Yeah. Mhm. And then I play that just to like grow our creatures. It doesn't matter the attack, but uh, Safekeepers, I added them back to be lower to curve, and I also wanted 4 main deck endurance and main deck collective, so essentially more disruption because I could before with the molars I played last night, I could only fit 3 endurance and didn't have room for the fourth and the collective main, and then I wanted to play the 2 Safekeepers to be lower to the ground. I just think like what Mole adds to the deck um was pretty much fixed by playing more dorks. Like I just want to have the same turn 1, turn 2 every game. That's kind of annoying. So we have not enough for Hoof. Let's see. I mean not Hoof, to draw with what's the name? Eladomri. Not was it no Tivar. So that's 7. Mm, there's no way for me to present lethal here. Even if I hit off the Once Upon a Time, like I can only make 8 mana at most, and Tivar activation is 9. If I play the white first, that's 5 mana. So I'll have 3 left over. Still not enough. I'll just scroll the creatures. Actually, I don't really want to do that. Yeah, that's fine. Question here, like 2, 4. I think I just let it go. If they don't kill me, I don't think I need to respond. Sure. They probably should have chumped with the spawn token, I would guess, instead of taking the extra 5 from the Why the Reliquary. If nothing else, if it baits me to maybe I should not have attacked with a white, but if nothing else, it baits me to pull out the Talon Gates, and then they have like maybe an out with the Flesh Raker. But I am at 11 for whatever that's worth. And they use 2 Kolaghan's command. I mean, not Kolaghan's. Freudian slip there. Kozilek's command. The Safekeeper is what is locking this game up. Like, and that's why I wanted to add that Wizard Pasta again to play the 2 copies. I think Mo was really good when we didn't have as many dorks, but I think the realization is just to linearize the turn 1, turn 2. I just have like 14 virtual dorks now. I just want every game to look the same. Turn 1 dork, turn 2 double spell into like one of your premium 2 drops. Sure. Okay. Hmm. Don't think it's gonna be enough. Yeah, I think it's better in the elf version. Maybe they just swing out with all. I don't know. I think I'm gonna just triple block just in case there's anything that happens. Just like Talon gates that out. Maybe I just lost here. That's a clutch top deck though. I will say. I guess we lose. We probably punted somewhere. But this is just aggravating. Just to wait on the clock. Yeah, I maybe we win somewhere there if I just don't lose my focus again. It seems to be a recurring trend. All right, I guess that's it for tonight. I High ill-gotten games. Where does the dedication to this deck a fair deck in a format where I mean I don't think anything's fair about Guy's Cradle for its worth. And also Natural Order is not a fair card, so you have two unfair cards, I guess. So for what that's worth. Late night magic. I guess I'm missing the point there, Wizard Pasta. Am I supposed to expect there to be a clock delay, or is that time to like hang it up? I guess I could see it go either way, right? Like what you're trying to convey. Let's see. Do we like screw that up? Oh, you're talking about me or you're talking about my opponent? Because I definitely did not play the best there. I feel like we should have won, and I don't know if I just like lost focus because I'm like waiting for this game to end. But like, look at the clock difference. It's literally 9 minutes. What did we see off the Once Upon a Time? Like, I definitely feel like we probably just flubbed that. Like, they drew the ring into ring. Um, we got the Green Sun for the Safekeeper, so I felt like we were probably in pretty good shape. And then we snuffed out the Fleshraker too. It's like crazy to me that we lost this game, but I guess it's possible. They hit perfect outs too, so there is that. What do we see? What do we pull off the? Oh, we cast a Safekeeper. The Green Sun to protect the Safekeeper, and then we use the Snuff Out to hit the Fleshraker, when we're already pretty low. We attacked them with a Trax that draws 7. They played double line breaker. I guess that was the draw. We double blocked. Maybe that was a mistake. Although to be fair, we would have been dead. I think if we didn't double block. I forgot what we went down to. I'm trying to think. If we had Talon Gates away, the other thing would it have mattered? I don't think so. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, we were one short off. We were one short off getting the Eladomri, not Eladom, Tivar to pump the attract so they gain more life, but I'm not sure it would have mattered given the way it played out. Anyways, um, I think Wizard Pasta. I think you have a point. Maybe on both sides, to be honest. Too. I don't know if they're playing late night over there, but I'm pretty tired now. Let's see who to raid. Hopefully, that didn't sour everybody's taste on the end of the night here. It is midnight here now in the on the West Coast. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed the stream, even though we ended on a loss there. Prepping Arena Championship. That seems interesting enough. Let's raid them. All right. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out.